Armstrong and Getty continue on Talk 650 KSTE.
Hey, Armstrong and Getty Show. I'm Jack Armstrong. He's Joe Getty. A's tomorrow, Giants tomorrow, playoff baseball, both teams. Wow, how awesome is that? Huh?
It's very awesome. I'm excited. You and your baseball matches.
I'm going to wear my A's hat early in the day, Giants hat late in the day.
We talked earlier to Emmy-winning reporter George Warren about the ADA lawsuit abuse extortionist Scott Johnson and those like him. You need to understand, he's not the only one. We've made a little progress in the state of California getting the laws reined in so these extortionists can't do their dirty work, but now a lot of them are just using the federal statutes. And Congressman Dan Lungren, what's your district, Dan?
Well, I'm currently in the 3rd Congressional District, but they redistricted me into the 7th, but I just stayed where I was.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Our producer should have had that on the sheet, Dominic. Anyway, welcome to the show. We know you're working on the issue on the federal level. What's going on?
Well, we introduced a bill, H.R. 3356, that would, I think, strengthen very much the purpose of the ADA, that is to get access, and really put a kibosh on these drive-by lawsuits. We actually would say that if you're going to sue, you got to tell people exactly what it is. You have to give them enough information that a reasonable person can figure out what it is that's supposed to be taken care of. And then you got 60 days, if you're the owner-operator, to look it over, to find out exactly what it is, see if there is anything there, and come up with plans to take care of it. And then you notify the person who sent you the threatening letter, if you will, and then you have 120 days to repair it. And if those things are not done, only if those things are not done can the first guy sue. So in the first, we're trying to drive people to resolution of this instead of having certain attorneys, and I won't name any, but have certain attorneys doing these drive-by lawsuits, which seem to only accomplish one thing: money in the pocket for the person who is actually for the attorney, very little to the person who's suing, and no real access. And in the meantime,
the person who's suing is an employee; they're just extortionists.
Well, then in the meantime, you're putting businesses out of business. I mean, we got national attention this last week for our area. For what? For Ford's Real Burgers going out of business after what? Several decades of having customers come in and enjoy themselves.
So what's the chance of this bill getting through the Senate?
Well,
I mean, because it's so obviously, I mean, it's not indulgent toward business owners at all. It's just basic, reasonable fairness.
Well, I'll tell you what the key would be. The key would be if Dianne Feinstein would join with us on it. She's already indicated interest. Her office has contacted mine, trying to find out exactly what we're doing. She did send a letter to Darrell Steinberg saying at the state level you got to do something.
Right.
She's the type of person that we can work with in the Senate to get this thing done. Now, and I just hope that some of her staff people don't believe that since they've done something on the state level, we don't have to do something on the Fed. I mean, people can sue in either environment, and if we're going to really keep jobs and protect the small guy, it's the small businesswoman or businessman that gets really hurt on this, because they're the ones that can least afford expensive attorneys, and they're the ones who are intimidated right away. They're barely making payroll these days, if someone hadn't noticed.
Well, we'll unleash our people to send emails to Dianne Feinstein's office to make sure she understands we're watching, they're watching, and that she needs to get on board with your legislation. So
let me make it clear. She is one who I would tell you to do it. Barbara Boxer is a tougher nut to crack. Dianne Feinstein has often worked with us, so it would be encouraging her, not sort of in your face with her.
Oh, no. Our people are respectful.
I know you guys are never in the face of anyone.
Oh, we would never do that, although Barbara Boxer is a mental midget. Anyway, Dan, you want to make some headlines today. Why don't you tell us what you think of Jack Welch's tweet that the Obama administration doctored the unemployment number?
There's something that just doesn't match up. There's two numbers that come up. One is the establishment or business survey. The other one is the household survey. The business survey shows 114,000 new jobs, which is way below what you need to stay even. The household survey supposedly shows 873,000 jobs. Those don't jibe. How you can have this puny increase. Now look, I'm happy for any increase, but a puny increase of 114,000 has you drop the unemployment rate by 0.3%. there's something wrong. I was on the Joint Economic Committee for a number of years. We received the data on a monthly basis. I've studied this. I've never seen anything like this.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it. I tell you what, and we will stay in touch on this, because obviously that's a hell of a situation if they're actually doctoring the numbers. But
well, I don't know if they're doctoring the numbers. My problem with this is the president and some of his supporters seem to look at these things like a college professor. They give you a pass-fail, when a pass-fail is going to put a lot of people in bad shape. Getting by at 60% means you're leaving 40% out. We got a lot of people who are hurting in our area and around the country.
Yeah, here, Congressman. I'm sorry, we're
in the right way.
Right, we're actually out of time. We appreciate your work though on the ADA thing very much, and thanks for spending a couple of minutes, and we'll help any way we can.
Okay, thanks.
All right, you got it.